I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the MGM Grand here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, for tonight's main event. Well, they've been waiting for this moment, and now they get it. Round one underway.
Head and body. Head and body.
Teddy, if I put two fighters in front of you and said you can train, both of these guys have equal talent, but you can train the lefty or you can train the righty, who would you pick?
Well, usually the lefty has a little advantage because you haven't seen them too often. And that's always going to be something that's going to really serve them a little bit. But they might not have an advantage in the business end of it. A lot of guys won't fight your fighter. And then what are you going to do?
Prince is showing that he's got some defense of his own. He got away from that punch. The Latin Snakes rocked by a huge hook to the head.
Halfway through round number one.
Protect yourself.
Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. The Latin Snake's movement's really helping him out, avoiding that punch. Takes a step back, then the counter punch by Prince.
Very similar to what you see Floyd Mayweather do. You know, make a miss, pull that shoulder back, and then come right back with the counter.
This round comes to an end. A round in which this fighter threw a lot of punches, didn't land a lot of punches. I'll tell you, what advice can you give to him if you're the trainer?
Well, first of all, deal with the psychological part. Joe, don't forget, 75% of this game is psychological. Don't let him get discouraged, because even though he's not going to say nothing, in his head, he's starting to get discouraged. Just say to him, hey, listen, you're going to catch him. Let's shorten him up a little bit. And you know what? He's moving his head, so go to the body. Because now you're going to hit him a little in the body, because the body's not moving.
Little double jab to the head.
Side to side, move your head.
That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by the Latin Snake.
Halfway through round number two.
No, he missed that right. How about a return to sender with the left hand? The Latin Snake's defense is paying off now. And he returns on that exchange. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. Final 10 seconds of round number two. Able to cover up that gut. Blocks a shot and then lands an uppercut of his own. The Latin Snake's back in his corner now, probably reflecting on what was a very solid round. Now, he didn't overwhelm his guy with a quantity of punches, but he was so effective with what he did put forth.
Yeah, you're right. You know, a lot of times people think that the muscles that count the most in any sport and especially in this sport, such a difficult sport, is, you know, the biceps, the physical things that you see, you know, the chest and back. You know, this guy's got the strong muscle up top, you know, over his shoulders, in between his shoulders, his brain. And that's why he's picking the spot so well. That muscle is serving him to win this.
Prince is in a tough spot right now. Boy, he got rocked. And there's a clinch after clearly being damaged.
And a clinch he needed like flowers need rain.
Unable to score with the hook.
Relax. Circle.
Oh, you see him with the left of the head there? Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. A well-placed, gutsy uppercut after being tagged. Well, you could see what he wanted to do there, but unable to land that body shot. Prince has got a way of just getting away from that punch.
Move those feet. Hands up. That's what I want to see.
10 seconds to go in this third round. Prince is coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. And round 3 comes to an end.
Use your feet. Move around the ring. You got that?
Oh, look at me. This is yours. You hear me? This is your fight. Keep it up. Keep scoring points. Just keep throwing punches. That was good. Nice work.
Well, it's early on, but already a commanding lead. Banking rounds away on Teddy's scorecard, up 3 rounds to zip.
Punch!
A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. The Latin Snake's the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land both punches. Not able to land the headshot. Prince is in a bad place right now. He was tagged. He got rocked. He just got rocked, and he's still taking punches.
The only way right now is to grab on a little bit, stop this flow.
Side to side.
Gets rid of that effort. Prince is being very patient here, but it's with a plan in mind.
Yeah, it is with a plan in mind, and that's why he's such a successful fighter. He's trying to lure his opponent into a mistake.
Not an accurate hook at all. He's showing what a skilled fighter he is with the counterpunching.
Well, the old timers used to say, when you're calm in there, when you're in control in there, you can make him do what you want. He made him tie his shoelaces right there.
Blocking a score.
Let's see some more head movement. Move.
And that had some bite to it, that right hand by Prince. Off target with that hook. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. The Latin Snake's opponent knows exactly what the game plan can be now. That counter punch landed with some success. End of the round there. He was able to stun his opponent. Teddy,
keep it up.
when you're training a guy that's coming off a round where he just got to his man, what do you do? Do you say, hey, I saw that and here's how you did it? How do you approach that?
Well, you want to make sure you remind them exactly what you're talking about, how he set it up. Don't think about just the big punch that landed. Remember how you got to that point.
All right, breathe, deep breath, pour some water.
Well, he got caught by a lucky punch in that last round. It did do some damage, but now you can tell he's right back where he wants to be, fresh and ready as we start this round.
I don't take lightly when a guy gets dropped, but you know what? I think he was more embarrassed than he was hurt.
He missed that uppercut. You can just tell that he's lacking that jab there. He just hasn't committed to throwing it at all.
I mean, that's the most basic thing in the world, is to use that jab. That jab does so many things for you. Keeps the guy defensive, and obviously it sets up your offense.
He missed by a mile. That wasn't even close by Prince. And another jab. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Still plenty of time to work here in round number 5. Minute and a half to go. He had his eyes set on the uppercut, but was unable to land it.
Move your head. Muévete la cabeza.
Not precise at all by Prince. Now hugging on the inside.
Let's see some more head movement.
The Latin Snake's doing what every trainer wants to see their fighter do. Land punches in bunches. The combination lands. A little something of his own. Blocks a shot, brings back the uppercut. The Latin Snake's got something to think about now. He just threw a punch and had one coming right back at him. His opponent scored well with the counter. This round comes to an end. And Teddy, easy to note here that he wasn't landing a lot of punches. Now he was throwing them up, but he wasn't landing a lot. Is that because of his opponent's defense, or is he just not that accurate of a puncher?
No, it's a combination. First of all, his opponent's pretty slick in there, pretty good at bobbing, weaving a little bit, slipping a little bit, making himself a difficult target, but his punch is a little wide. He needs to shorten them up.
That is it. That's it. I need another round like that. Just like that, all right? Doing good. Keep it up.
The start of the 6th round. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. They both decide to bring it. He just missed that shot up top. And just grabbing onto his opponent.
Keep that head moving.
The Latin Snake's got that catch-me-if-you-can kind of attitude. He's almost daring his opponent at this point to try to land a headshot, but his movement's been so good. His defense is just supreme.
Yeah, it is. He's moving from the waist. He's slipping the straight shots. He's weaving the hooks. He's doing a real magical job in there, but his opponent is making no adjustments at all.
Putting his punches together, landing 2 shots there. Prince is swinging and missing like he's at bat right there. That punch was nowhere near his opponent.
Left and right. Left and right.
Here's one for you, hand. The Latin Snake's well off the mark that time.
Looking good, looking good. He's tired, look at him. He's so fucking tired. He's got nothing left. Now listen to me.
And we are underway for what is the second half of this fight. Who knows what we're in store for? The Latin Snake, that uppercut absolutely rocked him. Boy, I don't like the way his legs look at all right now. Stunned, but all of a sudden now, surviving. The Latin Snake's hit by a counter punch there. Unable to land clean by Prince.
Keep working the body. Working that body.
A little head hunting never hurt. Does it with the hook. Well done that time, landing the counter punch. The Latin Snake's throwing wide punches. If I'm standing opposite of that, I jump on it.
Yeah, well, if you're the fighter, that's where you have to be kind of like into a Kodak moment, where you take a picture and you say, okay, I remember that, and the next time, bang, I'm going to take advantage.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Prince. The Latin Snake's combination punching is working well here. Seconds to go in this round.
Hey, gotta see that come in. Let's go.
And the round comes to an end.
Relax, relax. You're okay. You're okay. Keep your hands up. Keep them up. You got you with your hands down. Just keep them up.
Let's look at Teddy's scorecard as we begin this 8th round here, and you can see that, yes, he's up, but if you've been watching this fight closely, you know that anything still can happen here.
So his opponent is a real tough guy, doesn't get discouraged, continues to come with a fast pace, and a guy like that, you never count out.
Got to try to do better than that. He missed with that hook. The Latin Snake's dealing with the aftermath of being rocked, but yet, oh, he just ate a big uppercut right there. He had no idea it was coming his way. He does not look good at all. Is in a cycle right now that's not paying off for him. He has been busy. Yes, he's committed to trying to be on the attack, but not enough of these punches are landing.
Now, I would not call this guy in, from what I've seen, to paint my house. Because, I mean, this guy looks like he paints graffiti boards. I mean, he's just throwing stuff in there, like you said, and it's just, it's not making the picture you want to see. It's not accurate. It's not effective.
Not able to land the uppercut. Blocks that blow, and then a counter uppercut. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by the Latin Snake. He missed with that headshot. Last 10 seconds of the 8th round. The jab, once again, an effective tool. And that's the end of round 8. The Latin Snake's well-conditioned to the realities of this harsh business of boxing. But even though we know what we've seen out of some ringside scorecards through the years, I'd be shocked if everybody doesn't have him ahead in this fight right now.
Yeah, but never be shocked in this business because you never know with these blind judges sometimes. I hate to say it that bluntly, but time and time again, you just get shocked when you hear the score at the end of the night.
Keep moving around the ring.
Prince is making me wonder if his legs are really, truly underneath him after being stunned earlier. I mean, you see him clinching here, Teddy.
And right now, he's starting to wonder whether or not that should be his nickname.
He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect.
Use your feet.
Oh, what an exchange! Comes right back at him with a left hand. Halfway through this round. How about that left hand? Very nice work with the double jab up top.
Nice work. Nice work.
The Latin Snake showing you a little defensive skill there. Able to move away from that punch. Must be the punch of the day. Both guys bringing home uppercuts. Last 10 seconds. Blocks the headshot. That was another great round by him. I mean, what more can you say? He's landing the cleaner punches.
He's being the boss. He's doing the job. He's about to become the winner.
More than one.
Another round underway, but how many more will we see? You get the sense this fight could be heading towards a stoppage. Well off the mark by Prince. Just ate a big uppercut. He's in bad shape. And there's a clinch after clearly being damaged. Prince is doing exactly what you should to be a strong defensive fighter. You got to block those punches away.
Move those feet.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. He's committed to that jab, and he doesn't just throw one out there, but brings the second one immediately behind it. And we've reached the halfway point of round 10. And once again, the jab lands. Not hitting his mark there, going upstairs.
Gotta see that come in. Let's go.
You can see him timing that double jab to the head. Latin Snake's got a little something coming back at him. A counter punch scored. It's hard to believe that he can win this fight on the scorecards. That means it's do or die at this point. You got to go for broke.
Yeah, that means that you got to come up with that Hail Mary pass. Now, when you come up with that Hail Mary pass, you don't just chuck the ball. You have to have a receiver down there. You have to make sure that he's running a certain route. Right now, he's got to look for one spot, something to land that shot.
Winning this fight. So tired, he's got nothing left. Just go for the head.
The Latin Snake's enjoying a comfortable lead on Teddy's scorecard as we start round number 11. Teddy, you've been in this position many times in your career.
Yeah, what you want to do is you tell the guy, the obvious is, you know, don't make mistakes, but go out there, keep doing what you're doing. One of the mistakes could be stop doing what you're doing. Don't just stop offense because you're worried about defense. Keep throwing the punches, but make sure that you're alert and make sure that defensively you're on top of yourself.
not getting it done with that straight right hand.
There you go.
And now you can see him zoning in on the target with that double jab. The Latin Snake's missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found. Halfway through this 11th round. Good job protecting himself. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by the Latin Snake.
Hey, keep your hands up.
Prince's knowledge of the game is showing through. 3 ways to defend. One of them is the block. He did it there well. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Last 10 seconds of this 11th round. The Latin Snake's way off the mark. That punch didn't have a chance.
No need to get excited. We came to win. Throw more punches. You're not throwing enough punches. You're standing straight up. Move that punch.
Scheduled for 12, and they're closing in on going the full distance. Final round.
Oh, you got this one.
Comes right back at him with a left hand. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. Got that quick trigger, that little double jab there. Boom, boom.
Back to the body.
The Latin Snake's gonna think about the next time he throws a punch because he just got hit by a good solid counter. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. Prince is on the receiving end of a very good counter punch. Halfway through this 12th and final round. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by the Latin Snake. Able to get rid of that one. And he ties up on the inside. Last minute of this last round. The Latin Snake's tagged by a hook. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. And they will bring it home in the last 10 seconds of this final round.
Back to the body.
Here's our ring announcer with the results of what was a very, very good fight.
Your winner, the Latin Snake, Sanchez.
Well, that was a pretty easy one to see. We saw it that way. The judges saw it that way. The Latin Snake's your winner by decision.
Yeah, this was kind of a hard one to mess up.
Thanks for being with us, everybody. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night.